Before time had a name, before space learned how to separate itself, there was awareness, not observing something else, but observing itself. This awareness did not ask who it was, because nothing existed outside of it to compare. It simply was, and from that still, infinite presence, vibration emerged. Frequency became motion, motion became form, and consciousness chose to experience itself as many. You are one of those expressions, not a fragment broken from the whole, but the whole learning to experience itself from a single point of view. This is why something within you has always felt ancient. This is why certain truths feel familiar even when you hear them for the first time. Memory did not begin with your body, it arrived with it. The universe you see around you is not empty space. It is a living field of intelligence, constantly folding and unfolding itself through dimensions beyond linear perception. Stars are not distant objects. They are nodes of consciousness communicating through frequency. Galaxies are not random. They are patterned expressions of order, far more precise than the human mind can calculate. Your body is not separate from this system. It is a resonant instrument tuned to specific bands of cosmic information. Every cell listens. Every breath transmits. Every emotion alters the signal you send into the field. This is why intention matters more than action. This is why emotion collapses timelines faster than logic ever could. There are moments when you feel drawn to the night sky, not out of curiosity, but out of recognition. Something inside you remembers moving without gravity, existing without effort, knowing without thought. These are not fantasies. They are echoes. When consciousness incarnates, it does not forget completely. It leaves traces, subtle impressions that awaken when the frequency is right. You may have noticed that ordinary life sometimes feels unreal, while silence feels more solid than words. This is because the deeper you go, the more artificial surface reality appears. Systems built on fear, scarcity, and control cannot survive prolonged exposure to awareness. They require distraction to function. Stillness dissolves them naturally. The cosmic field does not respond to desire. It responds to alignment. Wanting comes from lack. Alignment comes from remembrance. When you remember who you are beyond identity, beyond survival, beyond performance, reality begins to reorganize itself around that knowing. You stop chasing outcomes and start magnetizing them. Time as you experience it is not fundamental. It is a navigational tool for embodied consciousness. At the quantum and cosmic level, all moments exist simultaneously. This is why intuition can feel instantaneous. This is why déjà vu occurs. This is why certain choices feel inevitable. You are not predicting the future. You are remembering a version of it already encoded in the field. As awareness deepens, fear often surfaces, not because danger increases, but because illusion weakens. Fear is the last defense of a collapsing identity. Let it arise, let it pass. Do not fight it. Observation is enough. When fear is seen clearly, without resistance, it loses its authority. There is a quiet initiation happening on this planet. It is not announced. It is not led by institutions. It unfolds internally, one nervous system at a time. Those who feel out of place, overly sensitive, or disconnected from conventional ambition are often the ones tuning into this shift first. Not because they are superior, but because they are less anchored to outdated frequencies. Sleep becomes vivid. Dreams become instructional. Solitude becomes nourishing. Noise becomes exhausting. These are not symptoms of withdrawal. They are signs of recalibration. Your system is learning to process information beyond the visible spectrum. Rest is required for integration. Quantum majesty at its core is cosmic sovereignty. It is the remembrance that you are not subject to the universe. You are participating in it, not controlling it, not escaping it, but co-creating with it through resonance. When you align with truth rather than expectation, the universe responds with precision that feels miraculous only because it is rare. You may begin to notice synchronicities increasing, numbers repeating, conversations aligning with thoughts you never spoke aloud. These are not messages meant to be decoded intellectually. They are confirmations. They tell you that coherence is forming, that your internal signal is stabilizing. The stars you look at have already died and been reborn countless times, and yet their light still reaches you. In the same way, past versions of you still send information forward. Trauma is not a curse. It is compressed data waiting for awareness to unlock it. When you stop identifying with pain, wisdom emerges from it. There is no rush in the cosmos. Expansion happens naturally when resistance dissolves. You do not need to force awakening. You cannot miss it. You can only delay it by clinging to what you already know. Mystery is the doorway. Certainty is the wall. As this transmission continues, let your body soften. Let your breath slow. You are not being asked to believe anything. Belief is unnecessary. Recognition is enough. If something resonates, it will settle quietly. If it does not, it will pass without disturbance. You are not alone in this remembering. Consciousness awakens collectively, but integrates individually. Each person becomes a node of coherence, stabilizing the field simply by being present, embodied, and aligned. This is how change happens without force. The universe does not demand your effort. It responds to your state. When your state is clear, reality reflects clarity. When your state is fragmented, reality mirrors fragmentation. Mastery is not control. It is coherence, sustained over time. Remain here. Let the cosmic memory continue to surface at its own pace. Nothing is being imposed. Nothing is being taken. Only what is ready will emerge. Only what is false will dissolve. You are older than fear, wider than form, quieter than thought, and yet fully here, breathing, listening, remembering. This is not the end of the message. It is the frequency beneath all messages. Stay with it. Let it carry you gently beyond words, beyond time, back into knowing. As you remain within this frequency, something even quieter begins to emerge. Not a thought, not an image, but a sense of vastness expanding behind everything you perceive. This is the layer beyond identity, beyond memory, beyond story. Here, there is no urgency to understand. Understanding belongs to the mind. This space belongs to awareness. In this still expanse, you may begin to sense that the universe is not happening around you, but through you. Every sensation, every sound, every pause is consciousness tasting itself. You are not watching reality unfold. You are the aperture through which it is revealed. When this recognition stabilizes, effort dissolves naturally. There are civilizations older than time as you measure it, not necessarily physical, not necessarily bound to planets or stars. They exist as states of coherence, as intelligences woven into the fabric of the field itself. You do not need to contact them. You are already participating in the same intelligence. Separation is a perceptual effect, not a cosmic fact. The human form is a rare instrument, dense enough to feel limitation, yet sensitive enough to register infinity. This is why embodiment matters. Awakening is not an escape from the body. It is a descent of awareness fully into form. When consciousness inhabits matter completely, matter becomes luminous. You may feel moments of emotional release without clear cause, tears without story, calm without reason. These are integrations, old frequencies leaving the system once they are no longer required. You are not losing parts of yourself, you are shedding compression. What remains is simpler, clearer, more precise. The mind may attempt to return, asking questions, seeking structure, trying to map what cannot be mapped.